All right, for this enrichment lesson, we are going to be looking at volume of triangular prisms. So we've already looked at the volume of rectangular prisms. It's very similar, just with one kind of different aspect. So just some reminders, a two-dimensional shape, a 2D shape has two dimensions, length and width. A three-dimensional shape, it should not say two here, it should say has 3 dimensions. That's why it's 3D. So it has your length, your width, but it also has a height or depth. So height if you're talking about going up, depth if you're talking about going back. So a prism is a polyhedron with two parallel and congruent faces called bases. And I'm going to capitalize the B and you'll see why in a minute. But what we just want to know, we knew that when we had rectangular prisms, we were doing that the volume was the length times the width times the height. But specifically the length and width really is the area of the base, because the base was a rectangle. So we're going to use that idea with triangular prisms, because any prism is actually just the area of the base times the height. So I'm capitalizing that B to show that it's not just the base of a 2D shape, that's the whole entire area of the base. So our B stands for the area of the base, which in this case is going to be a triangle, and the H is the height or depth if you're looking at going back. So that's what that B stands for. That's what the H stands for. So steps to finding the volume of a triangular prism. First thing is we are going to find the base, determine what 2D shape it is, and then find the area of that base. And then we use that area and multiply it by the height or depth of the prism. So we know that we are dealing with triangular prisms, so we should know that the base is going to be a triangle. So if we're looking at this, I see my base here is my triangle. And specifically, we're looking for where that 90-degree angle is, which would be right here. And that's connecting our base and height of the triangle. So the area of our base equals, for the area of a triangle, you do base of 4 times our height of 3 divided by 2. So I plug that into the calculator. 4 times 3 is 12. Divided by 2 is 6. And then we're taking that base of 6 and we're going to multiply it by the height of the prism. So the 5 isn't what's connecting our two. That was weird. Connecting our two triangles. That's not what this 5 is doing. That's the other side of the triangle. The length that's connecting those two triangles is going to be our height of the prism. So if we're looking at this, I'm looking at this other length here. The 11 is showing what connects those two triangles to each other. So that is the height of the prism. So I'm going to multiply for the volume our base of 6 times our height of 11. And that gives me a total volume of 66. Our units are centimeters, and whenever we're talking about volume, it's cubed. All right, let's look at number 2. Again, first thing I should be looking to identify is that triangular base. So if I see I've got my triangle here, I need to find that 90-degree symbol and see what two sides are connected by that, because that is our base. So I see my 90-degree symbol right here. It's connecting the side length of 7 and the side length of 24. So I'm going to find the area of my base by doing our base of 24 times our height of 7 divided by 2. I'm going to plug in 24 times 7 into my calculator, and I get 168 divided by 2. And when I divide that by 2, I get 84 for our base. So that is the area of my base of that triangle. Then I'm finding the height of the prism, so I'm looking for what is going to connect the two triangles to each other. So what side length is connecting those? And that is going to be this length right here of 22 is connecting those two triangles to each other. So that is our height of the prism. So I'm going to multiply our area of the base of 84 times our height of 22. And I'm definitely going to plug this into the calculator. When I multiply those two together, 84 times 22, I get 1,848 meters, and our units are cubed. All right, let's look at another example. Number 3, looking for my triangle. I'm going to highlight where the triangle is. So I see that here. We have our triangle. What's important to note here is what these different measures are telling us. So we have this side length here is 15. This side length of the triangle, there's nothing there. So we look down here, that 20 is talking about that side length. And then this side length right here, there's nothing there. So we look down here, and that's telling us that the 13.2 is that side length. So when we're looking for our right angle, the two sides that are connected at the right angle are 15 and 13.2. So for the area of our base, we're going to do 13.2 times our height of 15 all over 2. So I'm going to plug into my calculator 13.2 times 15, and I get 198 divided by 2 gives us an area of the base of 99. So that's our area of the base. Now what we have to remember is to find the height, it's going to be the other measure. We already used 15, we already used 13.2. The 20 is talking about the triangular side. We don't want to use that. We want to look at what's going to connect us to this other triangle here. That's going to be this side measure right here, because that's connecting the two triangles to each other right there. So for our volume, we're going to do our area of the base, which is 99, times the height of the prism of 5. I'm going to plug that into my calculator, 99 times 5, and I get 495. The units are meters cubed. And then one more. Looking first for the triangle. So I'm going to find the triangle in here. There's two of them. It doesn't really matter which one you look at. I'm going to do this one up here. And then the two sides that are connected at the 90-degree angle. It's kind of hard to see on the top because they don't have the 90-degree symbol there. But since it's at the bottom right here, it's going to be in the same spot in the top. So we have our two measures, our base and our height here. This 5.4 is an extra length. We don't need that side of the triangle. So for our area of the base, we're doing 3.8 times 4.2 divided by 2. Working with decimals, I'm definitely going to plug that into the calculator. 3.8 times 4.2 is 15.96. Divided by 2 equals 7.98. So that's our area of the base. And that's what we're going to multiply by the height of the prism. So we're going to do 7.98 times whatever our height is. I'm looking for what measure is connecting the two triangles to each other. So a reminder, we're looking at what connects, I'm going to use a different color for that. What connects this bottom triangle to the top triangle? So I see this side right here is the one that's connecting those two. So that is 7. So we're going to multiply 7.98 times 7. And I get 55.86 feet cubed. And that is our final answer.